Good morning. My name is Onepeg MG, and this is a Tarkov news update for December 13th, 2018, Thursday. For those of you that don't know, if you are relatively new to this channel and you have not yet subscribed, I would ask that you please consider doing so as long as you consider this content to be relatively relevant. I make a news update regarding Tarkov every single day of the week, sometimes not on weekends depending on what goes on, but at least every weekday you will see a news update from me. Basically, if Battlestate Games is working and they have something going on, or if the community has something going on, I promise you I will report on it within a day. Okay? So please come and check that out if you would. I do want to say before I get into this that I have noticed that the community, the Discord community, this channel, my Twitch stream has been growing really considerably over the last couple of weeks. I just want to say thank you to all of you guys that are taking the time to watch this stuff and consider this to be relevant. This is an absolute labor of love, and I'm overjoyed and incredibly humbled that I've even gotten the amount of growth that I have so far. I fucking love you guys. I really, really do. But anyway, into the news. So, yesterday, Battlestate Games did an update to the Flea market. They said it was a technical update, and they did not give details at the time that I uploaded my video yesterday. Since then, there has been a tweet that Battlestate put out a couple hours after my upload that said there was a small back-end update, uploaded a progressive commission for offer placing on the Flea market, and added restock timer randomization for traders. So what the hell does that mean? Well, basically, the restock randomization is essentially that. Instead of it restocking every 3 hours on that set timer, more or less, I know it's been off by a couple of minutes. Instead of doing that, now the restock is going to be more randomized. I do not know if that means that the full restock is going to happen at random intervals of time, like an hour, then there's going to be a full restock, and then 2 hours and 12 minutes, then there's going to be another full restock. Or if what that means is over a 3-hour period, there's going to be like little shots of restock items that are going to come in varying amounts, and it will equate to the full amount that you typically see over that 3-hour period. I do not know which one that is. I have not taken the time, nor do I really have the time or patience to sit there and kind of just keep re-clicking the refresh button over and over again. Can't imagine that's something I'm going to want to do either. So if any of you that do see this have any idea what's going on with that, and you want to make a comment or send me a message or whatever, I will be more than happy to receive that from you, and I can add it to the next update. Regarding the commission prices, what they're referring to with commission is the listing cost for placing an item on the flea market. So I did a really rudimentary just write-up test of this just to see what that looked like. Basically, the idea is if you list an item and you start exceeding a certain percentage threshold of what you're selling that item for, the cost as a percentage of the listing price continues to increase. It used to be a static of value, but now it's no longer that. So just to illustrate this, I took an AI2 kit, which off of Therapist is $32.50, and all of this is in rubles, even though I know we have dollar signs. It's just I formatted the cells for accounting because it's easier for me to see, financial planner, whatever. So 1,000 rubles has a base value of 30% of what the trader's selling it for, and it looks like there's a baseline fee of 99 rubles. So it looks like there's kind of like this threshold. It's like at least 99 rubles or, 4 or 5%. What I found interesting was for a slight markup, of a couple of thousand rubles, there's a charge of 4.48%. If I nearly triple this, it actually goes down. The cost actually went down a little bit, but then it scales back up. So it looks like if we exceed maybe somewhere around a 5x, then we start seeing the listing fee start to go up as a percentage. When we start getting into like the hundreds of thousands of percentages in markup, then we start seeing this really start to get modified, right? So it scales all the way, I just basically took random intervals numbers, but nice big fat whole numbers, lots of zeros, made it easy. And we can see that like at 3 million rubles, right? So we're marking this thing up almost 100,000%. But at an attempt to sell this for 3 million rubles instead of 32.50, we now get a markup or a cost of 19.53. So we have about a 20% cost, 20% charge on this markup, right? Now, where it gets interesting is one of the typical things that we would see on the flea market is you would have somebody that would, instead of listing an item for 10,000 rubles, they would list it for 10,000 USD to try and screw with people, right? So 10,000 USD would be like 1,000,000 rubles, right? So instead of there being a fee of only 5-ish% like there was historically, now you have a fee of 15%, which still isn't that bad. Somebody would still try for that if it was just on a normal offer. But what people would do to be able to get the attention from people is they would list it as a priority offer so that it was at the top, right? And then people would look at it and go, oh, 10,000 priority offer. And then they hit the button and realize that they just spent a huge chunk of money, right? It's happened to all of us. Now what they've done is they've made the priority offer linear associated with the baseline cost. It used to be that they would do it as a 2x expense. Now it's 4x. So for your 1,000,000 ruble listing at 10,000 USD, now your charge is significantly more. Now we're talking almost 60% of your listing fee, of your listing is in fees. Not worth it. Not as worth it. Still could scam it out and get away with it a little bit, but it's Battlestate's way of saying, okay, you want to play like this? We're just going to make sure that we cycle a whole bunch of your money out of the economy that way, right? It's one big old repurchase on BSG's side of things. It will actually get to the point where it will exceed the value of what it is that you're listing. So right here, you can see that on your 6,000,000 ruble listing, if you're trying to do the priority play, you're only making about 200,000 rubles here. Not worth it. And in this case, you're actually in the red 1,000,000 So I like this change. Good stuff. Okay, second to last, New Year's and Christmas event is coming, boys. I know what it is, but I can't fucking tell you. When they tell me that I can tell you, I will tell you. The only thing that I will say to this effect is it's going to be really fucking cool. And I know that I'm going to have fun with it. I'm sure that the community is going to have fun with it. Of course, there's going to be people that are going to complain because memes, but it's going to be sweet. Last on the list, and I'm only going to do this very, very shortly because I'm already at almost 8 minutes. Last on the list, regarding Eroctic and Glockwork, I just want to recap this. I had a lot of conversations yesterday, more than I normally do for a news update, more than I normally do for a polarizing editorial piece that I did, like what I did yesterday. I want to clarify that I do not slight Eroctic for playing the YouTube game, right? Clickbait title, trying to get people in there, vying for eyeballs. He got the hype. Like, good for him, man. He's hustling. The part that I want to clarify that I took issue with was not necessarily that he was pushing for views. Everybody pushes for views. That's what YouTube is. The part that I disliked was how he portrayed Glockwork as being someone that was out to try and assist the community with doing things that BSG wouldn't, and how he was portrayed as somebody that was victimized because Big Bad BSG shut him down after outlining inherent security flaws with their software. That's not the case. A very, very simple Google search will show you that he is acting in a capacity of what I can only compare to a child that is not getting their way and stamping their feet in defiance of their parents who told them that they could not have something the way that they wanted it. In this case, he got banned and then decided Nikita hates me and said, well, fuck him. And now he's trying to put the screws to him. That's all this is. And I don't want to get too long-winded into this. But if you look, all you have to do is look. I'm not going to link it to you, but all you have to do is Google search it. It's not hard to find. I found it in 30 seconds. There's extremely malicious things that are going on that he either has developed or is in the process of developing that will give people the unfair advantage that is associated with either program-related hacking or websites devoted to providing amounts of information in real time that are not supposed to be happening. It is going to give people in the community an unfair edge. It is unfair to the rest of us that are trying to play this game from a purist standpoint, and to celebrate him either through ignorance or cognitive dissonance is shitty. It's shitty. If you're going to release something, look it up first. That's all I got to say. All right, guys, I'm out. I will be streaming today. Maybe I'll do some singing. Maybe I'll play some Tarkov. Maybe I'll do both. I got a pretty packed day today, though, so whatever I do, it's going to be a little bit limited in time. Might end up doing a split thing. Maybe I'll do something daytime and then something at night. But until then, thanks a lot, guys. Love you all. Peace.